This is episode 9 of Grand Slam Agger. I am Ian, and we are taking on Maria Sharapova in the semi-final of the Australian Open after rather surprisingly knocking out Serena Williams in the quarters. We did have the first serve of the match, and we were not troubled. We did not drop a point. We had some very, very long rallies. As you can see, this one going backwards and forwards, a real tussle. I did the little drop shot to move Sharapova forward, and then the powerful forearm gets Sharapova way out of position. She was never going to reach that. We hold serve. Sharapova, though, she was not troubled either. She ended up holding her serve with only dropping 1 point. So it was locked up at 1 apiece. On our second service game, we ended up doing an ace to hold our serve. So we're still up 2-1. Neither of us have come close to breaking the other one yet. Sharapova was up 30-love in her service game before this excellent backhanded shot there. It halved the deficit, so it was 30-15, but she ended up going on to win the game. And we then held our serve still, so it was still 3-2. Neither of us had broken the other. Sharapova was up 40-15 in her third service game, but surprise, surprise, neither of us got close to break point, as she was getting us all tangled up. We were totally out of position. Locked at 30 apiece. Sharapova was up love 30 at this point, and she ended up going into break point, but we held our serve, and with another ace, actually our fourth of the game. We actually did have advantage 3 times to her 1, but she couldn't capitalise on that one. She held her serve, so it was locked up at 4 apiece. And then came another break point. This time we were in difficulty. We were down 15-40. We were really, really struggling now. As you can see, a great return winner by Sharapova to get the first actual break point of the game. So we really needed to come back, and we did. Locked at 30-30. We had a very, very long rally. We were up love 30 in this, but we let Sharapova back into this game by a couple of unforced errors, but a very, very similar shot to last time. But unfortunately she reached it for our part, and it was only just out. So we did end up getting into break point, and the unforced error by Sharapova there, so we broke her straight back. So we were locked at 5-5. We didn't drop a point in our 6th service game, so we were up 6-5. Sharapova, she still had work to do though, if she was to stay in this game. And she did on our unforced error, our 10th forehand error. So we were looked up at 6-6 and 6-6 in the tiebreak. We traded points all throughout the tiebreak, but our unforced error again hitting the net. So she took a 7-6 lead in the tiebreak, which she capitalised on with an amazing shot. So she takes the first set 8-6 in the tiebreak. We were locked up at 6-6, so she won 7-6 in the end. Quite a few more winners than us, not that many. Both had 19 unforced errors. Meanwhile, the second set started poorly for Radwanska. Sharapova did not drop a point in her first set. Radwanska did get forced into deuce on her first set, but the unforced error by Sharapova there allowed her to hold, so it was locked up at 1 apiece. Sharapova was in turn forced into deuce as well, but Radwanska could not capitalise on it. She overhit the mark, and Sharapova held her serve. We move forward now with the scores locked at 3-3 after both servers failed to drop a point. And as you can see, another mistake by Radwanska allowed Sharapova to hold her serve as well. A poor return by Radwanska allowed Sharapova to capitalise with a strong forehand, and we ended up falling in our first break of the second set. We were down 5-3. We needed to come back here because Sharapova had 3 match point opportunities but could not capitalise, as the backhand error keeps us in the game. It's 5-4 in Sharapova's favour, as she could not capitalise on those 3 match point opportunities. So we really needed to win this. We were up 40-15 on our service game. We do win, so we lock this back up now at 5-5, and we have advantage. We could be breaking Sharapova here, and the long rally coming to a close as we end up breaking her to take a 6-5 lead in this second set. And the unforced error by Sharapova cost her dearly, so we've split the sets now. We win the second set 7-5, and we get 3 match points saved. Fantastic stuff. She does not get any return winners. We both get 1 ace each, but we do have the 2 double faults. The unforced errors heavily in our favour. We move on to the third set now after almost 2 hours of play. Sharapova is serving, but as you can see, Radwanska was very, very close to breaking her, and she did on Sharapova's unforced error, which hit the net. So on Radwanska's first serve of the third set, she doubled her advantage to lead 2-love with a textbook backhand that Sharapova could not reach after coming up to the net. 2-love up now. We broke Sharapova yet again, this time not even dropping a point in the process, with another fantastic backhand that Sharapova just could not reach, and we suddenly had a very, very good lead. We jump ahead now. The score is 4-love after we held our serve without dropping a point. We were totally out of position, and Sharapova wins her first game of the third set. But at 4-1, we were still dominating, and on our serve, again, Sharapova came up to the net, but our backhand winner, the 22nd, ended up giving us a 5-1 lead. So we were playing for the game here. It is up 5. We are up 5-1, but Sharapova can just about hold her serve. So it is 5-2, which forces it to an 8th game of this set. And this time Sharapova has got us on the ropes. But we managed to just about, after fighting very, very tightly, we do manage to tie this up, force deuce. We get 3 match point opportunities, just like Sharapova did in the second set. But on the third attempt, we do not make any mistakes, as Sharapova couldn't reach the forehand. So we progress to the final after 2 hours and 25 minutes. We utterly are shattered after this game. It was an absolute mammoth task. She had 59 unforced errors. We had considerably more aces to her 1, and we did serve a couple of double faults there. She had a few more winners than us. 117 total points won by Radwanska to 101 of Sharapova. So we are through to the final of the Australian Open after 2 hours and 25 minutes. We certainly didn't deserve to win as convincingly as we did in that third set, and we will be taking on Andrea Petkovic, who did she beat? Ivanovic. She beat Ivanovic. So Petkovic and Radwanska will be in the final. So thank you very much for watching. Tune in a couple of days' time for the final. Thanks, guys.